I think things are promising on planet Earth. I do. I think that things are looking up because I'm seeing stuff on the socials where people are coming into themselves, and maybe they've always been themselves. I found that like people are more comfortable in their own skin when they've had a support system. When they know that if they fall or if they falter and if something happens and they can't pay for it, that they can just call somebody and be like, hey, and they're like, yeah. Most of my life I didn't have that. I've been pretty secure the last few years though, but security is an inside job and it could go away at any time. There's a young man in the local community that lost his dog. He went to work, and now I just need to think about how I want to say this. I'm going to do it real surfacey. So he posted that he went to work, and when he got home, his dog was nowhere to be found. And he checked his security cameras, and he saw a vehicle, and the guy just like came home, and he saw his dog was gone, like, because that's his baby. It's his baby. Like, when people don't have kids, I mean, we can love things and take care. I took better care of my dogs than I was taken care of as a child. So that's my measure. And so when you care about things, you take care of them. You do. A lot of people don't have the means to take care of things that they love the way that they want to take care of it, because the rest of the world is demanding a bunch of garbage, a bunch of nonsense. Like, we have to buy into everybody else's crap because they don't have practical skills. It's absurd. So the guy lost his dog, and so he put on social media, lost dog. He was gonna, hey, what's up? Welcome to my tiny tube. And you want to say hi, Ma? I'm not talking to myself right now. Wave hi, Ma. Moving on. I'm a stay-at-home daughter. She's my co-host. So he lost his dog. He got home. He put on the social medias and he like, basically, if you could picture a fisherman, he threw every hook he had on the boat out because he was panicked. He disassociated. I know that feeling. And so, like, he accused his family. And then as the story unfolded, hey, what's up? What happened is when he left to go to work, the dog followed him and then lost his direction. And then a lady picked the dog up and took the dog home and then put out on the socials to try and find the person that the dog belonged to. And then they got reconnected after a couple hours. He got his dog back. The guy was putting up like $2,500 reward, like, you know. And when he posted that the dog was found, this is my favorite part. Him getting his dog back is great. That's also good. The kid wrote a big old thing on how he needs to look at himself because of how he reacted when he was really stressed out. And I was so happy to see that, because accountability is the only way that things are going to get better on this planet. When people see, like, I was an asshole. I was scared and I responded and I was a jerk. And I'm trying not to be a jerk all the time. So next time I get scared, I'm just going to tell you, I'm scared. I'm scared and I don't know what to do. That's what I've been doing on this video for years. And now I'm less scared because all the stuff that I was afraid of already happened. You know, it's not that things, I mean, the only guarantee in life is that we're going to die. So we're all pretty much ghosts walking around. That we just haven't died yet. So what are we doing with our dash? What are we doing with our dash? I sat down today because I look at the Earth as a big radio. How you know how they have latitude and longitude? I look at that as just like an old analog radio where he turned in first radio I had. I listened to K60 AM radio. That's how old I am.
Wow.
And then the town I grew up in, they didn't have nothing but country stations for 5 years.
For 5 years.
Yeah, they had B94, but then it went away, and people thought it was a joke. They thought it was because they changed the format to country. If you on a clear night, you could tune into Chico State, their campus station. But, I lived in Hicksville, USA. Renton, CA, the armpit of California. Ma, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Please say hi, Ma.
Hi.
That's my mom. We don't look like much, but we have a really remarkable story. And that's what I share here on my tube.
That's true.
And then so I went to the market this morning. I don't like to go out much, especially it's hot. We're closer to the sun. We're 7,000 feet in the sky. That's how high we are where I live. Well, they say one of the signs say 6969, but I don't know. So we're closer to the sun, so it gets real hot. So I only like to go out in the morning because I'm a hothead. I get hot around. I'm a hothead. You know what a hothead is? When people get hot, like they can't contain themselves in their vessel. Like they just we gotta do whatever we can to cool down. That means run our mouth to get you moving quicker. Like whatever we gotta do. And so I go to the store and I'm doing this thing. I broke my whistler. I used to be able to whistle real good. And, hey, what's up? Welcome to my tiny tube, my story time. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I've lived a lot of life experience. Oh, I was talking about the Earth as a radio station. And so I think about people, like I've traveled around a lot, and I ask people, like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from here. Have you traveled around much? No, not a lot. All right, so you've been here. So and how old are you? 30. Okay, you never lived no place else? No, so the only life you know is this place, this latitude, this song. This song. Because towns are like songs. They just play the same tune over and over. I live in, every freaking, what is going on with my ears right now? I have all kinds of ringing in my ears. Every song has its own tune. The town that I live in, it's like that song by Hanson, bop, 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 and that's just kind of like, that's just kind of the song of the whole town. I've been to, so I figured it out today, and I looked at all the latitudes. Another time I'll look at all the longitudes that I've been on, but as far as latitude, the parallels, I looked at them. I googled all these places that I've been. So I've hit the 20th, 25th, 30th, 35th, 40th, 45th. Haven't been to the 50th parallel, but the 60th and the 65th. And all these places I travel around to, hey Olivia, what's up? And I ask people, like, where you been in life? What stories have you tuned into? What other experiences have you had besides doing this place day in, day out for your whole life? And they don't have much to say. And those are the NPCs to me. Like, the only perception you have is from the same view out the same window. I never got to be born and raised. It was never something that was afforded me. But it's bittersweet. Because when I see videos on the internet with old people that lost everything. They lived here 50 years, they got nothing left. And I think about how many times I built my life and lost it. And then built up my life and then lost everything. Because it's just me. But it's not just me. It's not just me because I got mom to take care of. Because mom was adopted. Because they make a system where people are thrown away. If there's a problem with it, if it's not perfect, we got to get rid of it. We can't see it. Look at all the problems in DC that are freaking. Like how many? Like the state secretary or the she's been missing in New Mexico for 4 months. They're figuring out all these people that have been supposed to be doing their jobs. They're not present and accountable. Yet their expectations is that everybody needs to line up and act right, and they just keep taking away the things that we can do in this country. It's ridiculous. Like, why don't people understand that political science is acting class? People in DC, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They go to DC and then they fly back to where they're born and raised, and that's their world. Some of them go over to Israel to perpetuate that storyline, that hunk of shit. See, there's this group of people, they call them narcs. They're the ones that only care about the comfort of themselves. Kind of like I was just talking about when I get overheated. But I can stifle and I can stuff for the betterment of everybody. Now, narcs, they don't have emotions and they don't have feelings. But they play roles because they watch people, how other people that have emotions and feelings, how they act. They watch them. And then they learn. And so they go into situations where they need to come from a place from their heart, but they don't have any. So they turn the appeal so that you will feel sorry for them. I hope you understand how hard this is for me, how much it pains me to turn my back on you and watch you suffer. Anybody ever say that to you? Have people say that to me. Heck, at some point in time, I was like the mistake my parents made. They were divorced, cut free and clear, never had to see each other ever again. But they were too hot in the pants for each other. They were too lustful. So I came, and I am every shadow aspect in them that they couldn't resolve in themselves. So I have to learn to resolve all the shadow aspects in them, in me, so I don't make the same mistakes that they have made. And that's how you change things, is by stopping the same behavior that all these people have done. See, my bloodlines, if you look at your bloodlines and see where you come from, look at where things are happening now and today, because Mom is Spanish and indigenous to America. Her bloodline has been in Cuesta for hundreds of years, generations. She was just adopted and didn't get any of the privy of all that nepotism that born and raised any place gets. If you look at it, that's really why society's collapsing, because everybody in an agency, like human resources, are there to serve the like-minded of the company. So they want to hire people that are like the company. But if it's a dishonest company and you have people that are honest that work at the company, they're like, I can't do this. And the ones that can, how they reward them? Conferences in Vegas, which we all know are paid vacations, where a lot, oh, sorry, honey, it's a working trip. You can't go. You know, the military does the same thing. They call it TDY, temporary duty. Like, join the military to see the world. Okay, a small group of people get to see the world while people are literally rotting in the streets of the United States. Young people, I'm talking like 20, 30 years old, because they all got infections and stuff like that. It's all over every place in Albuquerque, Santa Fe. Dis-ease is a disease. And I have ways to make, I don't care, and it has nothing to do with liking people, because my whole life, people, you know that saying, it's like, what can you do for someone that can't do anything for you? I say, why don't you ask my mom? Because she's one of those people. And my mom is like so many other people on this planet. They're good people. They're happy watching TV, you know, going for rides in the car. My mom can't take care of herself. I feed my mom. I fed my mom every meal for the last year. And that's hard. It's hard because it's like I'm her caregiver and like the word mom is just kind of floating out there by definition. You know, so I see all these other people, they're so sad because they miss their mom. So I feel like I got to take extra care of mine because mine's still here. And there's no agency. There's no agency that exists that helps me take care of her. No, but my brother makes $250,000 a year. Do you see the imbalance of how society, like, it is? It's not, I'm for the people. And I don't care if people like me, I still want everybody to have what they need. Because I have been without so much in my life. I grew up without food, and my grandparents were rich. But they hated my mother, and my face looked just like hers. So they could be mean to her by being mean to me. People think I'm mean. Because I look like this. I go out in the world and I have this look on my face. And I'm just like, that's because I'm giving homeless people water. And I'm like, why don't they have places that they can go to get water? Why are people treated like garbage in this country? I went to war so people could have equal opportunity, and it's a stupid show. America is a 250 years of soap opera, like Days of Our Lives when I was a little girl, and they just, the Epstein files. Ooh, oh no, nothing's gonna happen. Oh wait, something might. Like it's a fucking dangling carrot. And it's bullshit. You guys want to be mad at people? Don't be mad at the people that want to put in data centers. Be mad at the stupid motherfuckers that are construction workers that are just collecting a paycheck because they sold out to the highest bidder. Be mad at them. You know who they are. They're the little pudgy, overweight people with their orange and green vests that are stopping and getting coffee at like 10:30 in the morning and show up at the job site, or 9:30, show up at the job site at 10, go shit in the porta potty, you maybe get 2 hours of work out of them. Like, that's America. That's why I went to war, so people could be fat, dumb, and lazy. I take back my service. Y'all are on your own now. Y'all can figure it out, because, you know, just go to those conferences in Sedona and listen to, like, the Leo Cub and Robert Phoenix and Heather the Astrologer and Rick Levine and go do and listen to him talk about the stars, and Pam Gregory. And it's like, have you ever had to take a shower where the plumbing is backed up? And have you ever had to scoop shit water out of your shower because the place you live is a shithole because you can't afford to live in someplace better? But this is what you have to deal with to take care of the things that you love, because beings on this earth that don't love things are just I'm a billionaire, I'm a millionaire. Oh yeah, you need a little blue pill to be a man, so all that money doesn't make you a man, does it? Unless you can buy the little blue pill. So I go to the grocery store and I'm walking around the store and I'm whistling. Right? Because I go up to I'm just doing all kinds of like songs and just different, I'm just trying to get my R2-D2 back. I used to have a cockatiel and we would R2-D2 to each other. So I'm walking through the grocery store and I'm always in my own little world. I invite people into my world, But people don't want to be a part of my world. They just want to watch me be in my own world. So whatever. Maybe they'll learn what it is to be an authentic person. Maybe something will rub off on them, and people start being less fake on this earthly plane. Who knows? So I go up to the register, and what's up, Bella? And I'm whistling. I'm trying to get my whistle back. I said I got braces and it fixed my teeth and it broke my whistle. I just did. You weren't listening. And so, and I was explaining, there's the young woman that was bagging my groceries and the girl that was cashing me out. I can't remember her name. And so I said it's good for your brain. Whistling is because it's doing little different things with your body is good for your brain. Another thing that's good for your brain is when you write shadow. Mirror. Front and backwards. I can write with my left and right hand, frontward and backwards at the same time. Like cursive. And print. It's rough, but I do it. I'm a heyoka. Why wouldn't I write backwards? It makes perfect sense. I do everything backwards. Because I learned from other people's mistakes. I was thinking about that because I always been short. And if I'm not early, I'm going to be late. Right? Sometimes life happens and I don't get to be on time. But when I was in the military, I was always the shortest. So everybody else would go before me. When we ate, like everything we did, I would watch how everybody else did things. And I'd be like, okay, I'm not going to do that because they fell on their face. I was the second oldest bitch in my flight 112. I was the oldest chick in my flight, second oldest. And I was the only one on the obstacle course that, did everything. Like, even the rope over the little water thing, because they have little warrior week is what they call it. Most people had, and ran around it, the military's a joke. It's like, they recruit people to play roles, just like the police does. Like, hey, can you play fireman? All right, here's the outfit. But I think that they should train, have everybody have days where just come out and learn how to put out, use a fire extinguisher. Teach people, and then when fires break out, then people that are close, they're on hand, can put it out. Stop centralizing agency. Agency is welfare for the employees, and based on nepotism, the most qualified have not been being hired for decades. And so I explained, and then so the lady at the register goes, I know somebody I've met somebody once before. I knew one person before that could write in mirror. And I said, well, now you've met two. And then I wonder, what that person's like. If I met, I wonder if they have the ability of telekinesis too. I wonder if they can move in adamant objects with their energy field. I can. I think lots of people can. I know more people can't, but that's mostly because they would never even try. And I just try stuff, and I'm like, oh wow, look what I can do, like Stewart. and I was explaining to the girl, I said, when you do these things, when I learned, because I've always been when I'm active, I build muscle, but then I get pudgy on top of my muscle, so I just am built funny. I'm built like a little Mack truck. Unless I'm stressed out, then I get real scrawny. But I'm in a Mack truck phase right now, and so I'm not comfortable with it because I weigh a lot because muscle weighs more than fat, and so I was always had my parents, my family had me going to Weight Watchers when I was 12 years old. And I had to weigh my food and keep track of everything that I ate. And what I learned as an adult is that weight is less has to do with consumption and more has to do with the thoughts that make you eat. Because there's comfort food, there's things that make people feel better. So when people are uncomfortable, they comfort themselves more. I used to comfort myself with alcohol. 13 years I drank like a drunk, fallen down, sloppy mess of a human being. I'm grateful I never took the life of another human, because I spent so much time around other people that did. Now understand I used to know, I have known people that have taken the lives of other people without next to nothing consequence. So I haven't had faith in the judicial system in a very long time. They just sold a utility company down in Albuquerque. Everybody came out, said, we don't want this, we don't want this. And the rich people say, we don't care what you want. You are our minions. You are here to serve us. But see, what they don't understand is because they think that everybody should be like civilized and have decorum and things like that. But what they don't understand is when there's people that you care about and you can't take care of them, and you see all these other people that are just screwing around, pissing away money, and like people start thinking, what about my share? And then they get backed in a corner, and then we're going to see more and more is people acting out, especially August, because it gets real hot in August more than it is now. And so I can't talk right now. Hold on, I think some of the maintenance ladies here. What's up? All right, what's up? No, somebody opened it today, broke it, so I'm pissed. Because the guy came over for Xfinity today, and I saw him on the back porch, and I came out, and I was like, oh, and he's like, hello, he introduced himself, it was fine. He's like, I'm here to put the table. I said, okay. I showed him where to come around the front to the family side, and showed him, so he put in the table. But then when I came back later, the back fence was pushed over. And so, but I don't think it was him because he had no people. When I saw him, it was gone. So I don't know, but I left for a while, so I don't know. So okay. So I'll just go get someone's stuff. Right now? Are you doing it now? Oh, that's fine. I'm up at 5. Yeah, no, I'm an early riser. No, that's fine. No, I do. I got Luna, but I take her out and she don't have other things. And she don't go out by herself unless it's like 5 in the morning. I could just open my page. That would just be easier because you don't have to go through it. It's the guy from Glasgow, right? Oh, okay. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Glass blade. Yeah. a pretty sound sleeper, so I mean, I don't think you guys have been enough force to bother her. Oh, you're just measuring. Oh, yeah, that's no problem. That's not a big deal. I'll just unlock. I'll keep an eye out for you. And then unlock the gate. Then you don't have to bypass that other space. All right, bye. You're welcome. Bye. All right. Oh, I don't like answering the phone. All right, so where was I? Whistling, and I was telling him about like how what you do to one side, you got to do the other. You know. And I don't know. So our bodies go through changes that we just can't help too. And Mom couldn't ever give me any guidance from her personal experience because the doctors surgically sterilized her when I was born. Without her consent, they cut her uterus in half and took out one of her ovaries because that's what the white man do, and then say, oh, you're so emotional. You're too emotional. You're too hormonal. Let's give you some of these pills, Premarin, that have horse urine in it because we believe in weird stuff, and if we make you eat horse, then that'll make our gods bigger. Yeah. So, I mean, they've been doing this stuff the whole time. People just look at the people that they love and say, oh, my dad would never do something like that. My brother would never do such a thing. Never. They're such good men. No, they act like they are. Well, mine anyway. I'm only speaking about mine. I'm not speaking about other people's. But, like, there's just a lot of freaking shitty people on planet Earth. But they pretend like they're really great guys. They're really charming, you know. And women too. Women too. It's not a gender thing. It's a, hey, buddy, hey, pal. Let's help each other out. It's very disingenuous. That's where my bloodline comes from. My whole bloodline, my dad's side. He's the Freemason. He's the Freemason Eastern Star people. They're the ones that build the club, the foundation. They're the ones that say, you can play, and we're going to play with you. You can play with us, we're going to play with you. And it doesn't matter if it's the Jesuits. It was funny, I listened to Santos Bonacci today. He hasn't done a talk. He's an Aries man, and I think he has his conflict. I think if you looked at his chart, he would have more feminine, and then so his masculine overcompensates. That's what I do. When I'm all, I could tell. I'm like, you're overcompensating, knock it off. So that's how I see that other people are, because I can see when I do it. And he mentioned Creighton University. What is it? The church, the theological. And I worked at Creighton. I worked there. I just think that's funny. Because like attracts like. And I'm like, did he just say Creighton? Holy shit, he just said Creighton. I wonder if he was there, because that's what universities are. Universities are like their own military, but their power is knowledge. It's not. But they do the same stuff. They have their sister campuses. They have that they just travel around and come here and see where we live and speak to the people. Like it's they're into knowledge and less murdery shit and rapey shit. Let's not forget that. Too many people have parades for dudes that did stuff gross per rape and pillage because they got that vibe. You know, like the folks that are into that rough stuff, you don't want to think about the places that leads people. It's a slippery slope, and people get carried away. So I try to put myself in positions where I don't get carried away. I don't really like mainstream stuff. I never had. Like Disneyland, Mom took us when I was a kid. I remember bits and pieces of it. I remember the little peach dress. There's pictures of it. Like, I remember the balloon, like, because she took us on a tour. We went to Disney World, and then we went to the San Diego Zoo, and I freaked out at the fucking flamingos because they were pink. And I had this thing when I was a little girl, like, that pink was girls, and girls are weak, and weak babies, bad things happen to them, because I was a baby that something bad happened to. So I was adamantly against being a female when I was like an infant, because girls are weak, and bad things happen to weak baby girls. So I wanted to be a tough guy, strong guy, and of course I grew out of it, because that's what children do. Oh wait! No, that's when they interject the whole storyline of the transgender. Like, I'm surprised they didn't make me one of those. Oh, Marge, you want to be a dude? Let's just make you a man, Marge. No, I don't want to be a dude. Who needs broken parts? Because I never needed a pill of any color to be a woman. Never in my life. And I just walk through I just see the oceans of people and the waves of seas of people, and I look at all the money that male enhancement drugs they've been spending in government sectors, military sectors. I'm like, that's a whole lot of man that ain't manning. That's so many men that aren't menning. And then they get mad because they're like, this person thinks I'm weak because I have erectile dysfunction, and I'll show them I'm a big, strong, tough guy. And a lot of times they do this with alcohol involved, and there's all these domestic violence cases out of control. I grew up with this. I grew up around it. And they just keep feeding the beast system that perpetuates it instead of supporting the mother. It's never about supporting the mother. I think about how much, but you can't they gotta work to earn their, fucking politicians don't work. And they're billionaires. They don't work. They just tell you gotta work to earn what you have, so they could sit around and make bank doing nothing and laughing at you. If I was a recruiter, I would go to fast food restaurants and see who's keeping shit clean and stuff off the floor. And that just isn't just standing around. They're always looking for something to do. Why? Because even when I was a busboy, that's the kind of employee I was. I was a busboy, but I did everything. I worked every department. I wanted to get in the dishwasher tank because I wanted to know what the dishwasher went through. And then from then on, I always treated every single dishwasher with respect and courtesy, and didn't splash in his face and throw food at him and shit like that. And sometimes I would buy him lunch because I appreciate what they did in their contribution to the restaurant. I learned how to be I learned how to make all the drinks. I learned how to do food prep. I learned how to, they wouldn't let me work the line. But that's okay, because I get burned a lot. The thing of it is there's a lot of us out here that they want to learn things and do things and be a part of things. But there's too many clubs that are just, no, you can't because we don't like you. You can't be a part of us because we don't like you. We don't like your perspective. We don't like your perception. We don't like how you see the truth. And we don't like how you tell other people how you see the truth of us. Therefore, you are no longer welcome in our little club. I used to black out a lot when I drank. And it didn't matter. It just depended on which little canister had the demon in it that I would succumb my will over to. Sometimes it would do it after like 6 beers, a couple shots. Sometimes it would happen after 12 beers. Sometimes it wouldn't happen at all. And then people would tell me stories, or they wouldn't even tell me the stories of the things I did when I was under the influence. I can tell you how many people I've seen that, like, they wouldn't look at me no more. Like, what did I do that was so bad that you won't look at me anymore? I never get the answer. You don't get to know. It's 12th house stuff. You don't get to know with 12th house, 12th Saturn, Mars, 12th house. My 12th house is stacked. I got my South Node, Mars and Gemini, Mars and Saturn in Gemini in the 12th house. 29 degrees Saturn. 29 degrees Saturn. I got Saturn on my shoulder.
That's not
Yeah. People are going on with all this evil, good evil stuff, and I'm just like, I'm the one that contains both of these things, and I'm the one that only needs to worry if I'm going to unleash that into the world. And so far, my account is good. My account is good that I've added far more positive into this incarnate than negative. So, my record stands so far. But it can all go out the window tomorrow. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day.